Hello and welcome to my endgame class. Today we will start with pawn endings. Pawn endings are endings where, as the name suggests, there are no queens, no bishops, no knights, and no rooks, just kings and pawns. And that means that the king turns from a piece that has to be protected to the strongest attacker and the strongest defender. And it also means that the pawns can usually not checkmate the king. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule, but the pawns have to promote, usually into a queen, and then the queen will checkmate the king. Now, of course, as in any position, you can calculate the outcome of pawn endings by first looking at the white move, the black move, the white move, the black move. But in pawn endings, lines are often very long, but you also have some tools, some tricks to make it simpler. Often you can actually just count the moves without actually calculating complete lines. And you have to just remember some rules for this. And the most basic rule, or one of the most basic rules, is the rule of the square. If the defending king is in the square of the passed pawn, then it's able to stop the passed pawn. If it's outside of the square, then it cannot stop the passed pawn. In this example, the king is outside of the square of the passed pawn, which goes from a5 to a8, 3 squares ahead, 3 squares to the side to d5 and to d8. So this is a square. And if white just moves his pawn, then the black king just cannot catch up and white gets a queen. Now let's say white just makes a random king move, wastes on tempo, or this was the starting position and it was just black's move here. Now the black king can actually enter the square and stop the pawn. The pawn can of course still promote into a queen, but the king will just take the queen. And this is of course a draw.